It's a beautiful Wednesday morning. Thank you so much for joining us right here on Jasiri. We're counting down the days until Christmas and, of course, to the New Year as well. You guys should clap for me. I finally put my tree up. They had to beg me.
Do you have a star? Do you have
I have a star. We have different things. We have the lights on the curtains. We have tinsel and everything. They had to beg me. He's finally here because I just was not in the mood. But once I started seeing the Christmas stuff and the tree and all the stuff being packaged, okay, I'm getting in there.
It's time for Christmas.
And the other way you know that Christmas is here, traffic.
This morning, I think you got like the brunt of it. Like you got a bit of it.
No, I think Lolo got it. Lolo got it. I somehow managed to avoid it. I was on the road to the office for over an hour. No, I don't understand.
I left my house at 6 and I still got a bit of traffic.
And what time did you get here?
I was here for like maybe 8-ish.
And
like
usually you'd be here by 7 something.
Well, no, 9:30.
Oh, it's all right. Let's not talk too much. But ladies, are we excited? Are we counting down? Do we have plans? Blessings? Do you know where you're going to go and chop jollof and chicken?
I'm trying to plan it now because I don't want this to be another Christmas that just comes and goes. So I want to be deliberate about it, intentional about it. I don't know if I want a tree because it's a waste of space. But, you know, I think I want to do something special for Christmas.
Blessings, you're like one of the most practical people I've ever It's about the jolliness of the tree. It's like magic.
Yeah, just buy lights and put it in your house. Like,
it's not enough.
No, it's not
Or we can all be like Catherine and don't bother and keep the tree up year round. Catherine doesn't even take her tree down, so all year. But I understand it because sometimes, you know, if you go out and maybe you come back and you flip on those lights, it's the middle of the night, and you just see the Christmas lights, and if you have the singing Christmas lights, and it's twinkly and it's singing.
Christmas is magical. I mean,
look now.
Maybe eventually, though, like when I have a family, I want to have a Christmas culture, definitely. But now I'm just looking at like, why are you there? Like, someone else could be there, you know?
What's wrong with you? All right, guys, we want to start the show. We have a fantastic show lined up for you, but we want to start the show by congratulating the new Mr. Nigeria 2024. I didn't know that was a pageant. I know there's a Mr. Universe, but Mr. Nigeria.
Oh my God.
Wow. Wait, now slow down. Mr. International 2024, who is Nigeria's very own Nwajagu Samuel. Congratulations to him on making history in Bangkok, Thailand. As the first black man. Let me read. I'm not the issue. You people are the issue. You people are the issue. Remember, I have a code. I have a reason. So he's the first black man and first African to ever win this title. The 23-year-old software engineer joins Chidinma Adesina, who also made history last month, as the first runner-up at the Miss Universe pageant. I want you to come back to the studio because some people are melting here. They're melting. Me, I'm very okay. Thank you.
This boy is too good to be true. It looks like a lion turned human. It looks like something that turns into a werewolf every full moon. He can't be real. He cannot be real. I'm sorry, Samuel, but bro, you fine.
Where's the
he's
bro?
fine.
He's fine. He's beautiful.
Fine. Yes. He's like a gorgeous man. And then his body. God, look at that body.
Where is Lola when we need to be having this conversation? Let's see, can we take that again? Let's see the crowning of him as the new Mr. International 2024. And listen.
And resilience. I want to encourage everyone that you are capable of making a difference, regardless of where you come from, no matter where you are. All great things start from small beginning. Don't be afraid to take that bold step, because where dreams meet determination is where greatness follows.
Why can't it be like that? I'm yours. Say that you're in love. Why can't we shout it on the rooftop? I wish that it could be like that. Why can't it be like that? 'Cause I'm yours.
The new Mr. International 2024 is Nigeria! Congratulations, Nigeria! You are the new Mr. Mr. International 2024. Great job, Mr. Nigeria.
Oh,
No,
my
take
goodness.
Lolo.
I mean, yeah, because I'm still recovering.
We are the owner of this boy. When you return to Nigeria, you shall grace this people. You know, Blessing was telling me, she was saying something about Miss Nigeria.
I would say this
I was like,
Okay,
you're
so
fine, girl.
oh, fine, God. Oh, fine, God.
But he looks like an American. Are you
No,
sure?
he does not. Come on, like, why you think they're not
Is he
putting
our own
Nigeria?
Bro, it looks like Hollywood movie.
Yeah.
But Chidima too was fine.
Yeah, are you in Nigeria? So,
Are you sure?
Can I please say what? Wait, can I
What do you want to say? What do you say?
I'm lost.
Decorum, ladies.
We're trying.
Come on.
It's not
So can I
working.
continue? No. All right. So for many of you who do not know, Mr. Nigeria, in parentheses, Thailand, is an international male beauty pageant that the Mr. International organization has been running since 2006. Now, along with its rival, which is Mr. World, this pageant is one of the 2 largest male beauty pageants in the world in terms of the number of national level competitions. Now, it's owned by a Singapore-based company and also organized by the former president and late founder Alan Sim. So it's been on since 2006, and right now we have Nigeria being the first black man and the first African man to win the Mr. International pageant since it launched in 2006. I'm done because I don't
It's
know what else to do
okay.
with it.
Che, that's all you wanted to say.
I want to give information.
But the guy is fine.
No, you're serious.
Is he going to be safe if he comes to this
I
table?
doubt it.
Lolo's not sitting here.
Proud to say that
He's Nigerian.
it's very. I know it will shock you. I do not like male pageants. I would not physically watch
I
it.
personally don't. I've never actually.
No, I would not
watched it.
physically. I won't
Personally?
Go, I won't personally go. I've done I've done one Mr. Nigeria, and it didn't work for me.
Why? What's the difference between them? They also have swimwear, but we could not play swimwear this early
That's
morning.
why I don't like it.
Yeah.
You see
But they
those
do swimwear for women.
This one I love to see him in swimwear.
No, I don't. I
You
didn't
go on
like
Instagram
it.
and look for it
Actually, I didn't
yourself.
like it. I didn't like him in swim. I don't know, but it was
The
just
only
very.
person
No, I didn't like him in swimwear. I
Yes.
preferred him. The tuxedo was
Yes.
sleek.
Look, that's
The national dress,
like he could
the national dress was okay.
Yeah.
That was a
His
James
build
Bond
was nice.
moment. I mean,
Even honestly, it's compared to the runner-up. Honestly, nobody.
It's not just the runner-up.
It's
all
of them.
contestants. I know. See, I'm not even joking.
No,
this boy is
really
a beautiful.
Fine. Is it just in Nigeria or Nigeria
So no, I don't
diaspora?
think he's based in Nigeria.
He can't be.
But we
He
look
is
forward
based
to.
in. He contested in the Mr. Nigeria.
So the
and
thing is, you have to come to contest. It doesn't necessarily mean you're
I don't
big.
think
but I
he's
think
Nigerian.
He's a
I
model.
don't
He
think
does
let's get this
He
deep.
has.
Have
He's
you
a
heard him
model.
talk?
Yes.
He's very Nigerian.
It doesn't mean
Even
he's now based here. Blessings.
Maybe now he's not, but I think he grew up. in
Hey,
Nigeria.
Pink lips, coral eyes on check, slim body, boobs.
Lolo, put yourself in check.
Decorum.
No, Tolu, maybe because you are married. Please allow me.
Are you not partnered?
So, is this not something somebody can still call eye candy? If I have event, I can rent him.
I'm going to tell you that we are literally lost on this table right now.
It's not we.
Lost.
See, and eyes shining with tears of wowness.
I'm not crying.
Even Blessing is
Are we
trying
ready,
very hard to be.
ladies? It's all right.
Okay.
Why did I open
Let's
the show
move
with
on.
this? We need
How can you put the show with this kind of...
I'm so
Let's
sorry.
discuss it. Is he a Nigerian diaspora or Nigerian
I will
with
find out. I've reached out to him.
you? have?
Yes, I have.
Tolu, and don't use your bougie tongue to do the interview. Don't use it. So let everybody know that we are all here on this table.
This is do you know this is the first time we're talking about a man that Lolo is not pushing into me like
Yeah.
Lolo is possessing.
No, this is the second time.
This is
Zaddy Rookie.
Oh yeah, no,
This
she
is
didn't
a
push
real
that.
Oh,
eye
that's true.
candy.
That's
She didn't
true.
put, this is the first time you're not pushing a young guy to me. Normally she'll say, this is the kind of guy you should go. But
No, this is a guy you share. Yeah, your mommy will share this one.
I just
So what am I to go?
So, no, let me.
Okay,
I think you need a moment. Let me
Yes, I
continue.
do.
So we here on the Jasiri table are very, very proud of you. You can see there's a fight. I don't know what's going to happen the day you come, but we wish you success on your new journey and on representing the continent as well as Nigeria. Continue to make us proud.
Please just let us know like 2 weeks ahead so we can.
Yes, so we can prepare. Can wear a nice dress with and wear gadu.
Yeah.
So that you will not that day you must not wear any gown that's showing shape.
And okay, so we're going to quickly move to the next story.
Why are you rushing away from this?
Today is not Friday.
About to have an aneurysm.
This is a story you take on a Friday so that we can tear him apart. Ah!
Oh, yeah, it's not bushmeat, please. God, what is this?
But apparently he's tasty.
Do you have this kind of Nigeria? If we have you seen Magic Mike? Imagine this guy is doing striptease for you. That's it.
No, you know this is morning TV.
Sorry,
We're still at 10:14 a.m.
On our next story, Blessings and Lolo, well, we give them a moment to take a very
Mine
deep
is not that bad.
breath.
Yeah.
You guys can just keep.
Please put that one last
fantasizing
picture so they can
yes.
memorize it.
Yeah. Just
Okay,
take a
we move
picture.
on.
This is gonna be on my.
Just think
on my wall.
about this.
This is the Christmas tree you need.
Yes. Look
All
at
right,
the
all
green
right,
on there.
all right.
I want to say something so inappropriate.
Let's go. All I can think of is Magic Mike.
Okay. We listen and we don't judge.
I'm judging now.
We look and we don't judge.
I didn't say you should be married.
We short circuit, but we do not judge.
Now
Okay,
your
so
pocket.
here.
And
You know what? Please, let's go on a break.
Let's go. Annie cannot gather herself. It's cannot be really about us.
Let's go on a break, please.
Annie is even wearing
Help
same
us.
green color.
Take us away.
You need to calm down.
Okay, I think everyone has we've collected ourselves now. And we're going to be, Blessings, if you start with me, we're going to be moving to the next story. So you know the phrase that says we listen and we don't judge. We're going to have to apply that to this particular story because apparently many people are mad, but few of them are roaming the streets. I'm struggling really hard to wrap my head around this particular story. This has to do with health, faith, and life, and apparently, unfortunately, death. Let's see what this story is about. Take it away.
Because I'm not a Christian. I'm not a Catholic. I'm not a Presbyterian. You are what? I'm a Christian.
Are you a pastor?
No.
So why you move oxygen for patient skin? Yes.
I remove person because I trust Jesus.
You trust Jesus?
Yes.
It's okay.
Somebody say that she knows him.
So the man with dreadlocks explained earlier at the very beginning of that video, I don't know if we have it, that this guy that's sitting on the ground walked into a healthcare clinic, a hospital, went to a patient and removed the oxygen mask. Yeah. And we found out later that the patient died. And the guy is claiming that he did it because he wants to heal the person by faith for Jesus. And so there's a lot of questions right now. I'm even surprised they're not beating black and blue as of this first video we've seen. Yeah. But it's startling for me, his demeanor and even how he's answering them. I don't even think he's okay. Slowly. Then how did he even get to the point of being able to access the patient?
I was going there. How did he enter?
There are a lot of questions.
Because even in general hospital, you can't just walk in. Because
it's not a straight line.
It's not a straight line. There are people that would actually stop you, checkmate you, ask you questions. And they usually have visiting areas. Yeah. So, and if you don't have, you have to name the person
you're going to see.
You must be someone that they can identify. So you can't just walk in, and even when religious organizations want to visit, you must register, you must be approved before you can even take your group or something there.
Did he know the person personally? That's another question, because why did he select that particular person, and why didn't anyone else around say, what are you doing? Nobody stopped him. To the point that the person passed on. I find it very...
So now he'll be charged for murder.
Well, he'll be charged for something. He's probably going to be... There are chains on his around his feet.
Of
So people
course.
are going to say that he's probably mad, and then he will be taken for deliverance.
Exactly.
You know, it reminds me, did you know the story of the guy that went to one of these zoos some years ago?
Yes, I jumped into the lion's
the zoo
den.
and jumped into the
Wanted to
lion's
do
den.
Daniel in the lion's den.
And of course, he was...
But somebody was saying that we should even investigate further who the patient was. Because let's not assume the person is mad. What if it was an intentional thing? Why that patient? Why that day?
Yeah.
That's why I
Why
said, did
remove
he
the
know the
oxygen?
person
How did you get it? So many
And how come
questions.
the hospital isn't being questioned as well?
That's another issue for me. And then let's talk about the faith part of it. Faith as a mustard, like a mustard seed can move mountains. Your personal faith is your personal faith. Your personal belief is your personal belief. You believe that God can heal by prayer and everything. That's fine. Why not test it on yourself? Why are you testing
It's just
your
like Jehovah's
faith on
Witness.
somebody else?
Jehovah's-
You're taking away their personal ability to consent. If there's one thing that God and Jesus has given us, free will, autonomy and free will. You took away free will.
Like Jehovah's Witness.
Why not go and jump in the water and open your mouth to water and give it?
Not take blood transfusion.
Yes.
It is common. In hospitals, they sign and say no. So it's a no-way.
So even if they bleed out,
oh
they'll
yes,
just bleed out.
oh yes. In some cases, they have won some cases that somebody had superseded their
decision.
The decision. They have won some legislation. Oh
Yes, it's a religious
It's
choice.
a religious choice for them.
Yeah, so but
So
you don't
what's
see
his
them going
relationship
about
with this
superimposing it
particular
on others?
Yes, what's his relationship with this particular
Individual.
patient? How did he get access to the person to a point that the person was gasping
And
for
nobody
breath
could
and there
stop
was nothing in the hospital to raise alarm?
Yes. So
There's so many questions to this thing. I find it to
The
be.
hospital needs to be questioned.
The hospital.
I think let's listen to it again as they were
Yes,
questioning him, because even now I'm still
I'm grappling
just so
with
many
what
gaps. Let's take that. But let's take what we have.
Yeah.
The Bible says, you have go to Christ. I'm not a Christian. I'm not a Catholic. I'm not a Presbyterian.
You are what?
I'm a Christian.
Are you a pastor?
No.
So why you move oxygen for patient in skin? Yes.
I remove person because I trust Jesus.
You trust Jesus?
Yes.
It's okay.
Somebody say that she knows him.
He's chewing gum.
He's chewing gum.
Smiling.
He's smiling.
Really,
Yes,
yes,
he trusts
a psychiatric evaluation is needed. Deeper investigation
There's something
is
wrong with the
needed.
boy. There's something going on.
I don't understand. I hope that we can get
I hope
some
he didn't
updates.
just get up from the psychiatric ward and
just
walk in
wandered
there.
out. Yeah.
Who knows?
Because some people have religious psychosis too.
Oh, religious psychosis. They hear voices. They'll tell you that they're hearing the voice of
Telling them
God
to
or the
do
voice
this.
of Jesus telling them to do certain
this.
things, and that's not what they actually end up
Why don't we
doing.
have any of
It's
those in
not-
government? Like,
I mean, I know that what
happened.
happened is it's crazy to think, but my major concern is what happened at that hospital. Because even family and friends, when you want to enter,
Yes.
they will
ask
ask
you
you
questions.
Sometimes they even get very annoying about
yeah.
it. Yes, they're like, no, you can't enter.
Do you know
But now
sometimes they even
a
check what you
stranger-
bring?
Yes. Now a stranger just wakes up and walks into a ward,
Gets
removes the
close
person-
enough to take the
oxygen.
and yeah.
Was he
Long
there
enough for the person
praying?
to
What
pass
was he
on.
doing?
Yeah, no.
Did he just sit by the person? There's so many questions today. And when an oxygen is taken out of someone, there was no alarm. There was nothing to. I've seen it in hospitals. If
you
the
haven't seen it
patient
in
is
movies?
coding.
Are you sure it's not movies you've seen it? Because let's also
Some
be
of our own
honest.
hospitals,
Look at where he is.
Depends on the
Where
kind
you
of
don't even-
guy.
Exactly.
And the kind of equipment, because some of these automated equipment do have alarm.
Yes.
Maybe if the person's heart rate is not functioning effectively, it starts to
to signal to beep.
yeah.
It's
It's a very
many
unfortunate, very unfortunate story.
Okay, so let's go to another.
Today is
story
not
now.
Friday, Tolu. All these
Everybody's energy is high.
So now a Nigerian court in Osun State has sentenced a man to death for stealing a fowl. Yes, you heard me, for stealing a single fowl. I mean, Christmas fowl. And this shocking verdict has sparked public concern and widespread reactions. In response to this, the governor of Osun State, Ademola Adeleke, has directed the Attorney General and the Commissioner for Justice to immediately investigate the matter. The governor also ordered the initiation of processes to grant a prerogative for mercy to the convicted man. In a statement, Governor Adeleke emphasized that Osun State is committed to justice, fairness, and the protection of lives. He also assured the public that the matter is being handled with urgency and that appropriate measures will be taken to ensure justice prevails.
But there's more to this story. Folashade Olowo Okere, The mother of the man at the center of this said, I quote, "I want to plead with our amiable governor, Senator Ademola Adeleke, to please use his office to release my son. We have sold our properties to secure his release since he was convicted in 2014. Please, can we hear that? Since he was convicted in 2014. He is a brilliant boy who has a brighter future ahead of him. We must not allow him to waste the peak of his life within the four walls of the prison." That's her quote. And Osun State High Court sitting in Ikirun sentenced Segun Olowo-Okere, who was 17 years old at the time, for robbing a poultry farm in Oyan Odo Otin local government. He was said to have stolen a fowl and eggs. But Segun's father, Olarinwaju Olowo-Okere, said Segun was never involved in a crime. He claimed that Segun was arrested in his shop while playing with some of his friends, saying that the arrest was a setup. If we can take that video, that's the mother on an interview that has actually blown this case a bit further and brought it to the attention of the governor.
Sentenced to death by hanging in Osun State for stealing fowl. It's on Google. You can search for it.
ọmọ orílẹ̀-èdè nàìjíríà mo rìnrìn àjò kan ní ọdún kan mi ì mọ̀ pé mo lè padà délé ni wọ́n gbé mi lọ nígbà tí mo débẹ̀ bórí mi ṣe mo ní tó tírí àjò ibà ti ẹ̀pin síbi ṣùgbọ́n kọ́mọ mi ó sá jáde peter àti rìndé lórí ọ̀rọ̀ yìí o ọmọ orílẹ̀-èdè nàìjíríà.
àwọn ọmọ yẹn pé wọ́n ní àti adìẹ ẹ̀yìn kankan gbogbo àwọn tí wọ́n sá wà ládùúgbò náà sá ń bá wa bẹ̀ pé máa sá lọ gbà tó lọ́nà ó tiẹ̀ mọ́ parẹ́ ò mọ́ ọ tiẹ̀ ọjẹ́ ò bàtí ọlọ́run sá ti ṣe tí wọ́n ti rí ẹmú yẹn yẹra ó sá dì láì ní pé òní sá pé nǹkan tó mọ́wọ́ tẹ̀ mẹsẹ̀ kan wá mú kò sá o tí àwọn ọlọ́pàá yẹn tí wọ́n fi mú àṣàwọ̀ wàhálà yẹn.
ó sá ń ka ìwé yẹn táwa náà dẹ̀ rí i pé
ó ń kàwé ní ó graduate níbẹ̀.
bẹ́ẹ̀ pé àní owó lọ́wọ́.
ẹ wá lọ sí fún graduation ni kí ló read medicine ló read ó read medicine lẹ́wọ̀n.
ní dp yẹn bá ní kí n lọ wá 30,000 wá.
So the parents were laying out in Yoruba the situation. At one point in time, the father had said that they suggested that he should run, but the boy said no, that he didn't do anything and he's not going to run, and that he read medicine. Was he in prison? No, he had read medicine. He was reading medicine before. He was probably reading medicine in school. But 17 years old. Okay, so fine.
27 now.
10 years now. You're saying he stole a fowl and eggs. Is death the appropriate sentence for a 17-year-old stealing fowl and eggs?
I'm so confused. You know, when you said there's more to the story, I was expecting to hear, so when he stole the chicken,
maybe he hurt
used
somebody.
the chicken and killed a person with the chicken. I'm like, okay, now it makes sense. Like, he's been in prison for 10 years for stealing a chicken? A chicken?
They do some things that are just confusing, and you're wondering that, okay, who was the judge that gave this sentence? There's so many things that, you know, in the court of law, there it's like minimum to maximum. There's a range and that any judge can give based on, you know, the evidence before him. So maybe the weight of evidence can say, okay, between 2 to 10 years. So why give him the maximum when it's just egg? And I'm sure he's probably a first-time offender. What would be the reason? If he was a repeat offender now, I'll say, wait, okay, maybe... I'm a bit confused.
There hasn't been any.
Is it because of the poverty of his parents that they could not get?
There hasn't been any
appeals.
So I think it's the appeal process from the time he was convicted till now. That's probably where they've now ended up with the final judgment, or the family is trying to stop the judgment from being actualized. But let's not also forget, while death sentence is on the books in Nigeria, many states and governors have actually sort of put an unspoken moratorium on it. We don't really, we sentence people, but we eventually don't always carry through with it. And so there's been a larger conversation as to whether or not Nigeria needs to completely take the death penalty off the books and then just have it as life in prison. So that's a sort of separate conversation. But again, a death sentence, when we have politicians,
please go there.
We got to 750-something apartments that were duplexes, and then you'll find out that the crime or the sentence applicable for the crime does not even meet death penalty standards. What are we talking about?
Why is it so easy to execute these laws when it comes to the ordinary man, but when it comes to politicians, the same thing?
Because we're not in a democracy.
Honestly,
I'm just going to say,
this thing that
we're not in a democracy. We look, it sounds like it, but we are not actually in a democracy.
You know, this thing that
That's
we
the
have
truth.
always said, when people have power, this is what usually happens to the downtrodden. You know, a lot of people will need to check who the poultry owner is, because for them to be able to get this kind of sentence, we need to know who that person is. You know, sometimes they just want to show their supremacy.
No,
and maybe they are connected.
No, it doesn't always mean. It doesn't always mean. So you spoke about the fact that there's a minimum and maximum sentence when it comes to different situations, and the judge is allowed. We don't do jury trials here, so it's a judge's prerogative within the confines of the law.
That's why I'm saying that
we also
everything
need to
needs
check.
to be investigated, because in Nigeria, just because you know someone, is enough for somebody to exert more than normal for you.
We're going on a break.
Oh, sure.
Let's go on a quick break. We'll pick up on this when we come back. And then there are also reactions to this as well. We'll have the details after this. We promised you an absolutely fabulous and fantastic guest. We've seen her, but she's coming up in just a moment. But ladies, on this Osun State matter, a lot of people are thinking it's a story of now. It's not. No. Apparently, this guy was convicted in 2014.
Actually, when
10 years.
I actually thought it was something that just happened some...
So before we left,
ago.
we went on break. I actually went and did a bit of just some quick research, and I don't think people know the punishment, the crimes that are punishable by the death penalty. It is murder, treason, funny enough, even blasphemy under like Sharia law, armed robbery, witchcraft. In the Nigerian constitution, witchcraft is punishable by death. I think there's 9 of them. Nowhere there, theft isn't even a part of it. Theft is not a part of.
So it depends on the legal terminology. So it depends on the legal terminology. We might just consider something like this as theft. It may be something else under legal terms.
And taking something that doesn't belong to you is what else can
it could be robbery, armed robbery. So
you need to know what court was he tried in, who sentenced
what were the charges as well.
What were the charges?
And then how do you
that's Nigeria. You will check now, they cannot find the file of this boy.
For a 17-year-old.
But we've talked about waiting trial people
who are more than
charged for even nothing. And they are in prison for years.
Oh, you were telling us a story just now.
Oh, a friend of mine's brother was just at a viewing center, and you know how police come and raid people, and that's how they packed a couple of them. He was in Kirikiri for more than 6 months.
For doing nothing?
Right before my eye, I saw charges trumped against him.
Just trumped together.
He went to watch La Liga or one of those matches. He went from theft to armed robbery to murder. I'm like, from where to where?
So it'd be interesting to even see what the charge sheet
against this person is.
Yes. Yeah. All right, we have reactions, but we want you to react to what we're going to go to next. It's a really interesting conversation we're having with one of the leading lights. I'll let you start.
Anyway, this one I'm very excited to be taking the lead on this. I remember when Women Crush Wednesday was a huge thing, and every week women will be, will get celebrated for being amazing humans. That we are, naturally. So today, I want to bring back that Woman Crush Wednesday, because not only is it Wednesday, but our guest is absolutely fantastically fabulous woman that many of us have crushed on for her style, her acting, her class, her poise, her grace, the way she carries herself.
I can see that.
She's pure eye candy.
Lola is
ageless.
It's all right.
Changeless.
It's all right.
Lola is really crushing on today's guest. And today is Lola's crush day.
Yeah.
Because the guy almost crushed her. Now she's almost crushing our guest. Lola is crushing our guest this morning, but in all honesty, who wouldn't be enamored? She's one of Nollywood's most recognizable leading ladies. Her list of movie credits is very long. She has around 15, maybe more awards, and even more nominations to her name. Some years ago, she decided to also work behind the camera, co-founding the Audrey Silver Company. Actor, brand ambassador, producer, model, investor, philanthropist, and more. She has added another feather to her cap after she was named chairperson of the Miss Nigeria Pageant in 2023, which will be managed by the Audrey Silver Company. It's my honor to welcome the incomparable Rita Dominic-Anosike to Jasiri. Rita, thank you for joining us.
Good morning. Thank you so much for joining us.
Did she hear? No. All our accolades. Can I eat a smile?
Hello, thanks for having me. How are you all doing?
We're doing fantastic. Rita, very quickly, because of time, I know beyond your incredible contributions to Nollywood, to storytelling, you've been a symbol of elegance, empowerment, and advocacy for women for many years. And when this opportunity came forward to rebrand the Miss Nigeria Pageant, why did you jump at it? What made it your mission, a mission you wanted to embark on?
Yes. You see, the thing is, for me, anything that empowers the young woman, I am all for it. I see what the Miss Nigeria organization stands for, and I really believe in their policies. And that's one of, I think that's one of the reasons I decided to go on this journey with them, you know. Many a time to see many young women, they're very talented, very beautiful, but they need some sort of guidance, you know. They may not know they may not know what it is they want to do in future, so they need some sort of help. You know, and that is what the organization stands for. Now, take for instance, the last 2 weeks, this, you know, young queens have been in camp. I have seen tremendous difference since they've been in camp, and it's just so beautiful to watch. I've seen them embrace, or, you know, come to understand who they are. They've unlearned, they've relearned, and it's just a beautiful thing to see. I mean, so imagine if we even had more time with them in camp, the sort of impact, you know, that will be made on them in camp, you know. And it's very important. Look, when I was growing up, we didn't have many platforms like this. So for me, having a platform like this that empowers a young woman, that helps to shape them to becoming the, you know, leading light of the country, I'm all for it. And I think that's one of the reasons why I, you know, decided to be, go on this journey.
Right. Okay, so the Miss Nigeria Pageant is the foremost pageant in Nigeria, and it held its first edition in 1957. The first Miss Nigeria was Grace Oyelude. Before now, the Miss Nigeria Pageant was like almost a national ritual that everyone looked up to, its grand finale. And when a new queen was finally crowned, she became a symbol of beauty, a symbol of peace, unity of the nation. How has the pageant evolved over the years in terms of its message and its impact?
Well, the thing is, you know, the truth is, I think after everywhere in the world, I think that something about beauty pageantry, I don't know, something happened, and the public, the audience, lost some sort of interest in beauty pageantry. I don't know why that has happened. However, I noticed in recent times there's renewed interest in beauty pageantry again. You know, for us, taking over the Audrey Silva Company, taking over the management of Miss Nigeria, we're trying to bring in, you know, I mean, the world has gone digital, all right? So we're trying to use all the digital things that we have, you know, at our fingertips, at our disposal, you know, and we're bringing storytelling to that. And we're hoping that that will renew interest and excitement in the audience. Take, for instance, we're doing this thing called voting, you know. So yesterday we introduced, not like we introduced, we're giving the public an opportunity to vote one person they would like to see in the top 10. And we're doing this because we want to get the public involved. We want them to talk about it. We want them to get excited. And it's happening, you know. So I think that little things like this will help bring that excitement back. You know, I can already see young people, you know, they're so excited about Miss Nigeria. They want to be involved. They want to know what's happening. They're already choosing their queens online, you know. So I'm hoping that all these things that Audrey Silva wants to do with Miss Nigeria, all these ideas, will help, you know, like renew the public interest, and I think it's happening.
Thank you very much, Rita Dominic-Anosike. Many beauty pageants have faced criticism in the recent past, you know, surrounding things like their criteria, segments, and more. There are sometimes criticisms that pageants focus too much on appearance. In a world where women continue to fight to be seen as equals for economic empowerment, for equal political representation, where do pageants such as Miss Nigeria fit in? How can the pageant further amplify causes like education, health, women's rights, and, you know, everything that has to do with the amplification of women?
So, you know, that's a very interesting question. This year, our theme is our cultural heritage, and political participation for women in politics, and community engagement. Now, at the Miss Nigeria organization, we do not have height criteria because we believe that beauty runs deep, it runs across, right? So we don't have that height criteria. You'll see that some of the contestants who are contesting tomorrow are small, but they are beautiful, they're intelligent, they're powerful in their own way. And that is one of the things that attracted me to the organization. That's one of the things that made me take on this role as the chairman of Miss Nigeria, because I noticed that they say to themselves, or their policy is that, look, women all over, women can be beautiful regardless of how you look outside. It's about how you look on the inside. It's about your intelligence. It's about what you bring to the table. And that is what we're encouraging in young men to say, look, can be beautiful on the outside, but ultimately what is important is what is on the inside. And then through this camp, you can see what we do during camp for these girls is we have different people coming to teach them different things. They've had sessions on how to manage money. They visited Microsoft, that taught them about tech, because we have someone actually who has masters in AI who's contesting tomorrow. So that is what the organization stands for. And obviously, if you have this sort of women, you help to guide them. Obviously you're making the world better for women. You're increasing. How do I put it? It's like they say, feed a woman, train a woman, and you've trained a nation. So that's where we're going with this.
You were speaking about the power, the beauty of a woman being more about what's on the inside than the outside. And talking about that, Nigerian women continue to break barriers across industries. I mean, in the past few days, we've celebrated Lieutenant Shangfei Megari on her historic achievement as the first female pilot of the Nigerian Navy. That's a huge thing. I mean, this has been since its establishment in 1964. There's also the Deputy Superintendent of Customs, Olanike Nafisat Balogun, who made history as the first female pilot in the Nigerian Customs Service, rising from a cabin crew member to a trailblazer in aviation. Now, how do you see a platform like Miss Nigeria contributing to changing narratives about the role of women in society?
So that's what I'm saying, that because at the Miss Nigeria organization, we embrace everybody, every woman, because to me, I feel like every woman is beautiful in their own way. Now, talking about piloting, I'm just trying to give you an example of the sort of woman you're going to see on stage tomorrow. We'll have a young female pilot while she's training to become a pilot. We'll have a young female who has her master's in AI. We'll have lawyers. These are the sort of women that are going to be competing tomorrow. And that's the reason why this organization is very important. We're saying, look, you're beautiful, but what more do you bring to the table? Because at the end of the day, it's your intelligence that will give you a seat at the table where men sit. So obviously, when you have your intelligence, you're powerful, you're educated, you will speak where the men are, and they will listen to you because they realize, or they know that you know what it is you're talking about because you're educated. You bring something to the table, and that's what the Miss Nigeria organization, that's what they stand for. And I'm so excited about the kind of girls we have. I'm so excited about that.
Lola, before you go, you just gave us chills. Like, I literally have goosebumps. We're all being very, formal on the table, but come on, that was great.
Anyway, for us that are trying not to crush on you too much, because my head is like, oh, Lola, Rita. Anyway, as someone who inspires so many, what does beauty mean to you beyond the physical appearance? Because what are you looking for in this young women who will be crowned the 45th Miss Nigeria? Because right now, a lot of them are looking at you like, oh my God, can I just be the next Rita?
Yeah.
What is it that you're looking for?
I'm looking for beauty beyond the physical. I'm looking for grace. I'm looking for poise. I'm looking for a woman who will lead the nation, because when I call you Miss Nigeria, it means you are the queen of Nigeria, and that is what I tell my girls. So they have to understand the role they're about to step into, or the role the queen who's going to win tomorrow is about to step into. You know, there's a lot you're going to be doing. You are the queen of Nigeria. You know, people are going to be looking up to you. People are going to be looking to you to inspire them. That's a big role to take on. And obviously, you're beautiful, yes, but it goes beyond that, you know. So these are the things we're looking for in the queen that's going to be crowned tomorrow.
So what do you think young Nigerian girls today can learn from pageant queens and from women who use their platforms for good? In what ways can we even see a platform or a pageant like Miss Nigeria better prepare women to become leaders and also, of course, change makers in their own right?
So, you know, there's something that we do at the organization, right? My girls, the 20 contestants tomorrow, one person is going to win. But guess what? They're all queens, and we're not going to throw them away, right? Because the fact that they make top 20, we saw something in all of them, all right? So whoever is crowned queen tomorrow, yes, she's the queen, she's Miss Nigeria. But the others, we're still going to lead them, we're still going to walk with them, we're still going to keep on empowering them, helping them achieve their dreams, and just guiding them and helping them become who they want to become in the society, you know. So I hope that answers your question.
Thank you.
So, Mrs. Anosike, I have to call you that because from my personal experience with you, you are an incredible person and an incredible woman. So I have no doubt that under your leadership, the Miss Nigeria pageant is going to move in leaps and bounds. So where do you see the Miss Nigeria pageant heading in the next decade or so?
I see it becoming what Miss America is, because you see, if you notice, Miss America doesn't compete internationally, right? It's Miss USA that competes internationally. You know, we're saying you are Miss Nigeria, you are here, because to us, Nigeria is such, I mean, we're so blessed in this country, you know. I see it, even though it's going to be global, I see it becoming like the reference to beauty pageantry in Africa. That will be the pageant that will be referred as the pageant in Africa, you know. And we're going to do this without our queen going to compete globally, because we came up with this theme: queens don't compete, queens reign. Yes, it may be a competition, but it's not an unhealthy competition. So queens reign, they don't compete, and we don't believe in our queen going to represent us internationally. I intend, by the grace of God, and with my team, and my business partner, and my husband, you know, I believe that Miss Nigeria is going to become the pageant that the global, you know, the world will see as the pageant in Africa. I don't know if that makes sense. But
it makes complete sense. Complete sense.
We'll leave it at that. We know you have a lot of preparation to do.
We're going to keep on empowering women.
And I think that's a technical issue there.
Yeah.
But we'll leave it at that with Rita Dominic-Anosike. She is the chairperson now of the Miss Nigeria Pageant. And tomorrow night, Thursday evening, they will be crowning the 45th queen. And I know she has a lot of things to do, so we're very grateful for the time that she was able to spend with us today. Thank you so much. And I know we'll be seeing it because we'll be covering it. New Central has a partnership with the Miss Nigeria organization. All right, ladies, we just have a few minutes, a few seconds even.
Why didn't they have with the Mr. World International?
Because he wouldn't make it to the
Can we
stage.
practice our wave? Bend your hand a little bit, curve it, blessings, please.
And then you tilt your chin up exactly like that.
Put your shoulders back.
You don't smile with your teeth, you just smile.
At least there are 2 Nigerian queens on this table who do not have artificial hair.
What?
Or should I say 1?
We're going. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Why?